Hello, Philip. Thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about your experience with Winter Systems. What was your biggest challenge when it came to generating new clients before we started working together?
I'd say probably the biggest challenge generating new clients was consistency of leads, consistency of lead flow coming through. So as a new company, you're trying different marketing approaches to find out what's going to work for you in different industries and different niches. So adding winter systems as a cold email approach was really, really useful in having some consistency in leads, conversations, and then eventually customers.
Amazing. And what were you using any specific methods to get leads prior to working with us?
Yeah, we still use paid media, so we still use Meta, LinkedIn ads, but we see that as kind of another part of the marketing, really. So with the cold email side of things, we did try ourselves through Instantly to run cold email marketing ourselves, which was when you got into it more difficult than it looks in a sense of keeping the consistency of deliverability, the constant editing of emails, the kind of upkeep of it, and that became almost another full-time job for us. So it was something that we struggled for time with.
Amazing. So that's what made you realize, you needed some outside help with this.
Yeah, exactly. So we spoke to yourself, and yeah, it seemed like a good option because as I said, we thought we could do it ourselves. We had tried, and we struggled really. We got far enough to understand that maybe this was something that we wanted to continue testing and continue working with, but we didn't necessarily, as founders ourselves, kind of hands-on doing the marketing, have time necessarily to dedicate to the cold email ourselves.
Yeah, amazing. And in terms of results, we've generated 28 qualified leads in 28 days for you guys at Integrated Hire. What are your thoughts on that compared to other companies you may have tried or used in the past?
Sure. No, I think it's been a great result. The results came quite quickly, which has been great as well. I think with because you can see the responses in cold email marketing, you can get a sense quite quickly if it's working or not, and the quality of the leads, the type of companies that are responding, the type of responses that you're getting. So yeah, that's been really great that we were able to get this up and running quickly, get some fast responses, and yeah, and start to have those conversations that eventually turn into customers as well.
Yeah, so just to confirm, the leads that we've generated have turned into actual placements or contracts.
Yeah, that's right. We've got three customers now from the leads that you've generated, and yeah, I mean we've had obviously there's varied quality of leads in the sense of varied levels of interest. Sometimes people respond even if you get back to them right away. Some people you won't hear from them again. Others you'll be able to start a conversation. Others are like we had one yesterday, go straight to appointment in the diary to have a phone conversation, and they've booked that themselves. So yeah, it goes across the board, but yeah, that's worked well in terms of driving the conversations initially, and then once we get them on the phone, the conversion rate's very high because they obviously have a need for what we're offering, for the services that we're offering, and we're able to explain that to them. And the fact that it's cold email doesn't seem to get in the way. It's not like a shock or a surprise to people to be receiving this kind of outreach now. So yeah, it's worked really well on that basis.
Yeah, so would you say there's been a return on investment so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the return on investment's been fantastic. So, yeah, we're very happy with the way that's going. Obviously, it helps when you have a product like ours where you only need a handful of customers to make it work, and our customers are very valuable to us. And these are obviously the type of businesses that would probably benefit. Would be B2B companies that have a product that's valuable in a sense of it doesn't take too many customers to make a significant difference in terms of bringing them on and turning them into customers.
No, amazing. So, what's your experience been working with us so far?
It's been a very good experience working with Winter Systems. That you guys are very hands-on, always very responsive. always helping with things like writing the copy, advising on new approaches, on tactics that are working for you, other clients as well. So that's been really useful to get that knowledge and that wisdom and to apply it to our campaigns. So I'd say that's been yeah, it's been a good experience working with you guys.
Amazing, amazing. And has anything surprised you about our process?
Um, Probably just how hands-on you guys are and how supportive you are. I think that's been really something that makes you stand out. So I think there's a lot of people in the market that are sort of offering or pretending to offer similar services, but I think it's very much the difference with you guys is that you're very hands-on. You help right through the process. You're really sort of dedicated to finding customers for us, and you get a sense of that when we're working together. So it does feel like you really care that we actually get results and not just kind of ticking the box in the sense of getting the emails out the door.
Amazing. So I'm guessing you would recommend us to other recruitment agencies or wider B2B service-based businesses.
Yeah, I definitely recommend Winter Systems. I just say to anyone, have a conversation with Rojan, see what you can do, give it a test, really, get it up and running, and just you quite quickly will see get a sense of responses, even if it's not, it doesn't always work right straight. Can't have expectations that everything's going to work right away, that we're just suddenly going to get appointments. But at the same time, like I said before, you do get a sense quite quickly in terms of responses you're getting back from those emails, whether or not you're kind of hitting the right note, whether you're communicating in a way that resonates, and whether or not that's going to move into further improvements that can turn into appointments, leads, and eventually sales.
Great. And knowing what you know now, if we could go back in time to before we started working together, would you look to work with us much sooner?
Yeah, yes. In a word, it would have saved me a lot of time, a lot of effort. I think sometimes you have to go through the process yourself to understand it, which is also useful. So it has been useful for us to kind of spend time on this, but in truth, it probably would have been more useful and definitely a lot quicker to start working with you guys from the start, and maybe just to have a bit of a more of an overview from you rather than having to get it sort of in the weeds ourselves.
Amazing.